Welcome again to this video tutorial. In this video, you are going to learn how to use if conditional in Python. First, we got our text editor. We're going to save it here in the folder we already have. Going to name it conditional if. Okay. Now let's get started. In this program, we're going to ask the user to give an integer, any integer, doesn't matter. How about write down an integer? Yeah. Okay. So there's our input, is x. Now here is where we use if. First you have to write if space, you open parentheses, and you have to put the condition. In this case, let's say if x is bigger than 10, yeah, then you have to indent. Never forget that, because it's how you say it's what is going to happen is inside that conditional. So if x is bigger than 10, then you're going to print I don't know, x is a big number. That's just to say something, to show you how it works. So when you use this if this condition, this condition has to be valid for this to happen. Okay, yeah, so if x is bigger than 10, the system's going to print this: x is a big number. And in this video we're also going to learn how to use else. Now, so you already understood this. If this happens, this is going to be printed. Else, meaning that this condition does not happen, is going to happen another thing. We're going to put that if x is not bigger than 10 or equals, in this case, that's what else means. When to print x is not a big number. Okay, so there's the condition if, there's the condition else, yeah, and just this for it not to close in Windows. And remember, always, I forgot at the beginning, save it as .py, so you can open it with the command line. Okay, .py, save. There are the colors, type of variable, the input, yeah. Okay, so everything's in order. So first we're going to ask the user to give a next number, yeah, write down an integer. So when the user writes down an integer that is bigger than 10, this is going to be printed. X is a big number. And else, so if x is smaller or equals 10, x is not a big number, it's going to be printed. Okay, so let's run from the command line. Yeah, okay. CD stands for change directory. I'm going to open my C directory. There it goes. Then remember, inside of C we have Python, and we have all our other files. So we write cd change directory Python. So we're inside Python now, and we just have to open it. So the name was conditional if uppercase, conditional if dot pi. We click enter. Conditional I'm sorry. Let's just rename it. Conditional if. Okay. C Python conditional if dot pi. So here it goes. The first instruction we wrote down. Here it is. Write down an integer. So you have to write down an integer. This case, I don't know, it could be 13, right? So if I write down 13, as it says here, if x is bigger than 10, this should be printed next. Not this, because it's bigger than 10. Okay, so click enter, and this is printed. X is a big number. That's an example of the if. Now let's see how else works. Okay, so when I open, if I open the command line again, the same C cd python, yeah, okay, so conditional if dot pi. There it goes, write it on integer. So if x is the same or lower than 10, this should be printed. X is not a big number. Yeah. So we're going to write, I don't know, 5. And there it goes. X is not a big number. Well, this is it for the video. I hope you understand how this if and else works. And that's all for me in this video. Thanks.